So this is part third of Rise of Turks. We have seen the Seljuk Empire. This is the map of Seljuk Empire in 1092 CE. You can see they were directly ruling this area, complete Middle East, up to this Aral Sea. Then they have this modern day Turkmenistan area, who were like tributary state. And then you have this Anatolia region that was ruled by branches of Seljuk family. Okay. So now Sultanate of Rum. The Sultanate of Rum or Rum Seljuk Sultanate was a Turco-Persian Sunni Muslim ruled state. It took its name Rum because it was established over major cities and territories of Anatolia conquered from the Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantine Empire by the Seljuk Turks after the decisive battle of Manzikert. I told you there was one famous battle of Manzikert in 171 AD in which Eastern Roman Empire army was defeated by Seljuk Turks. So the name Rum was a synonym for the Byzantine Empire and its people. So when this Sultanate was established on same area, its name was Sultanate of Rum. So how it started? In the 1070s, Suleiman ibn Qutulmis, he was the Seljuk commander and also distant cousin of Malik Shah I. Malik Shah I was Seljuk ruler and his distant cousin was Suleiman ibn Qutulmis. He was former contender of the throne of Seljuk Empire. He came into power in western Anatolia. In 1075 AD, he captured the Byzantine city of Nicaea and Nicomedia. 2 years later, in 1077 AD, he declared himself Sultan of the independent Seljuk state in Anatolia and he made Nicaea his capital. But Suleiman was killed in Antioch. Antioch is in Syria, 1086 AD by one Tutus I. Tutus I was Seljuk ruler of Syria and he killed this Suleiman and he imprisoned the son of Suleiman. The son of Suleiman was Kilij Arsan. Kilij Arsan. He was imprisoned. But when Malik Shah died in 1092 AD, when Malik Shah died, this Kilij Arslan was released and he himself established in his father's territories. He first made his capital at Nicaea, then he shifted it to Konya. This sultanate reached the height of its power during 12th and 13th century when it succeeded in taking key Byzantine ports on the Mediterranean and Black Sea coasts. In the east, this sultanate reached till Lake Van in Iran, and the trade through Anatolia from Iran and Central Asia was developed by a system of caravanserai. Caravanserai was like place to stay and to eat for traders along the trade route. So the trade between Central Asia and Iran and trade between Central Asia and Anatolia through Iran was established through a system of caravanserai. They also had strong trade ties with Genoa people, and this increased wealth due to trade allowed the Sultanate to absorb other Turkish states that have been established following the conquest of Byzantine Anatolia. After the Battle of Manzikert, other many small Turkish states came into existence into this Anatolia region. So this Sultanate of Rum, because of trade, it got huge wealth and then it was able to absorb all of them into its territory. Okay. So you can see this is Rum Seljuk territory. This is in 1100 CE. Then 1174 this area was taken. Then by 1182 this area was taken, and by 1240 this nearly complete Anatolia, okay, came under control of the Sultanate of Rum. This Seljuk sultans bore the brunt of crusades and eventually succumbed to Mongol invasion in the famous Battle of Khosdag in 1243 AD. And for the remainder of the 13th century, the Seljuk acted as vassal state for the Ilkhanate. Ilkhanate was the successor of Mongol Empire. When Mongol Empire was divided in four sons of uh, Genghis Khan, Ilkhanate was one of them. So this dissolution of the Seljuk state left behind many small Anatolian beyliks, Turkish principalities. So when the Seljuk state dissoluted, many small Anatolian beyliks, beyliks means principality based on the different tribal loyalties came into this Anatolia region. This such beylik called Ottoman dynasty conquered the rest of Anatolia and they reunited the Anatolia to become the Ottoman Empire. Okay, this name Ottoman comes from the founder Usman or Uthman. So he is called Ottoman in English. So you can see initially in this area we have Sultanate of Rum. After its defeated Battle of Kostag in 1243 by Mongol invasion, it got dissoluted and it remained in this very small region. And other small beyliks of Turkish people came into existence into this Anatolia region. You can see this is Karasi, this is Jermian, Sahibata, this Aden, then you have Karaman, okay, then Usman. So this Usman dynasty in future, they will they will conquer this complete area and they will reunite this area and they will establish the Ottoman Empire that will remain into existence for next 600 years as one of the most powerful dynasty of the world. So this is the map of Anatolia in 1300 AD after dissolution of Sultanate of Rum. So this Seljuk dynasty of Rum as successor to the Great Seljuk based its political, religious and cultural heritage on the Perso-Islamic tradition and Greco-Roman tradition. Okay. Persian Islamic tradition and Greco-Roman tradition. They amalgamated both of them and they based their administration on that amalgamation of these two. They patronized Persian art, architecture, literature, and used Persian as a language in administration. The famous Persian writer Rumi, he took his name from the name of this state, Sultanate of Rum. So Rumi took his name from this Sultanate. Byzantine influence in the Sultanate was also significant since Byzantine Greek aristocracy remained part of the Seljuk nobility. Okay, and the native Byzantine peasants remained numerous in the region, so Byzantine influence was also there significantly. Okay, so this was part third of Rise of Turks. In next part we will see Ottoman